Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is the setup on everything, and that is everybody should have a pack of cards, and inside that pack you'll have 25 cards. Your goal is to sell 25 cards. So is it possible to sell 25? Yes, like for instance, my son sold 175 cards. Is it possible for you to do your 25? Absolutely. But like, you know, what happened was before was when we got bags back and we look at the bags, and inside the bags all the cards are still stuck together. That means they never left the bag. Hey, if the cards don't leave the bag, guess what? They're not going to be sold. And there's some people that do it in a couple hours and they say, oh, it was easy, I did 25 cards. Like last night when I did this, I had one guy that sold, he got his cards that day and he sold 25 cards in about an hour and a half and came back and did it. Why? He went out and saw everybody. The very best way to do this is to take a card, set it down, grab your phone, take a picture of the front of the card and the back of the card, and then go down through and mark everything on there, mark every phone number, and shoot a text to them with the picture on there. And then what you can do afterwards is you can call all those people. And as you call them to say, hey, I don't know if you saw the card, what we're doing. Here's how you sell a card the most effective way that I've learned. It's a 3-step process. The first thing is, if I'm standing in front of them, I'll have 2 cards in my hand like this, not the whole bag, just 2 cards, and I'll go, have you ever seen the gold cards before? And they're going, and most of the time they'll say, yeah, no, I haven't. I said, well, what it is number one, what I say is, it's the T-Birds gold card, and it's $20. So T-Birds gold card, $20. And I show them the card like this. And I said, there's over 20 different merchants that are on the card. For instance, you take this to Subway once per day for 365 days, and you get a free sandwich with purchase of a fresh value meal. And you can use it over and over again for one, it's unlimited. Then you can go to House of Bread, for instance. It's buy a loaf of bread, get one for free, and it's 2-time usage, and then they take that key tag. Or you can go to Sonic and you can buy a combo meal and get one for free one time, and you can use that Sonic one at that case. So there's like, right on here, there's a bunch of them that you can use, and I'll at that time I said, if I had been standing in front of them, I'll say, here, take a look and see if there's something you'd use, and I'd hand it to them. And guess what it means if they go through and take the card from you? Yeah, I'm interested, it's possible, I may get it. I mean, you could screw it up from there on, but atypically they're going, yeah, I may do that. They'll look it over, well, Cinnabon, I said, oh yeah, there's 2 of those in each mall. So the Cinnabons, it's free Cinnabon with purchase of a Cinnabon. Well, that's a pretty good deal. Auntie Anne's is buy a pretzel, and a drink, get a free pretzel. So what I'm saying is they will make back their $20 by using those merchants, but they'll look at those merchants and go, don't know that I'd ever use the Mrs. Fields one, but I definitely Kava's, that's a pretty good place, I'd do that. They go that, and then about that time they'll look at it and go, so how much is this card again? And that's when you use the phrase that pays, and that is, it's $20. If you could help us out, we'd really appreciate it. And it's not a high pressure thing, you're not sitting on anybody, it doesn't help if you cry during that time or anything, but it does help if you're wearing your ROTC gear, something that represents the program, and you look like you're a citizen. And you just hand them the card, if they take the card, they look at it after you explain those things, they'll generally, okay, well, checks are made out to. And Dan, who would checks be made out to?
East Anchorage JROTC.
Okay, and so you just, boom, it just goes like that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about also is the QR code. Some of you probably know what that is because you have to check in with it and stuff. But if you take your cell phone like this, you open it up and you put it over that symbol, what happens is it will, at that time, open up a window. And in that window, using their phone, by the way, what happens is, let me find my cell phone here, right there. And you just go right to the QR code there. And you click on that. And it opens it up on the cell phone. And the first question it's going to ask you is, what's your organization or school? And so what you're going to do is find it on there. Oh, I know why we don't get cell
service in here is real bad. That's okay. I'll show it to him tomorrow.
Okay. So you go through and it'll ask you, your name is listed on there. It'll be East, and and then you'll click on for ROTC. And then the very most important thing is you put your name as the next thing. And they're using their phone, and so you watch them put the name in there. So after they put the name in there, that's their receipt. And you see that it goes through. It ends up looking like that. And enter that information, and then your name is the second one on the list right there. And so, boom, it's done. And that way you have those people who are going to say, well, I got to wait till I get a paycheck. Here, we can use a credit card, and it works just fine. So, at any rate, any cards, if you do more than that, Dan will have extra cards for you and happy to answer any questions that you have at all. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Ken.